Hey, what's going on, everybody? This is Chase here at Rocky Mountain. Thank you so much for joining us, and welcome to our protection jacket buyer's guide. If you're shopping for a protection jacket, there's a lot of really good options to choose from. The difficult part is, which one do you feel is going to be best for you? And there's a lot of things you might consider when you're looking for one of these. You know, it might just be the overall fit. Do you want something that's going to give you full upper body protection, but be lower profile? Do you want some hard plastic? Do you want rib protection? What CE rating do you want? And for a lot of people, they just want to see, what does it look like when somebody is wearing it? So today we're going to show you a lot of great different options. If you have questions as we go through and we talk about these jackets today, please leave those down below and we will help to get those answered. And keep in mind, Ty here on model today, he's about 5'8", 5'9". He is about 175, 180 pounds. I will tell you what sizes he's wearing in these for a reference, but we have our fit guarantee. No matter what you buy, if you don't like how it fits, you can send it back in brand new unused condition. We'll give you free shipping both ways on your first exchange to make sure you get the size and the fit that is best for you. Also, I would love it if you have one of the protection jackets we're going to talk about today. Let us know which one that is and give us your personal feedback. That being said, the first jacket that we have up here is the Moose Racing XC1. This is one of our best sellers year after year, and here's the biggest reason why. You get good chest, shoulder, elbow, and back protection, all CE level 1, and you're just over $100, about $110 for the XC1, so that's a great value for what you're getting here. Now, a couple things with the XC1 you might want to consider. So first and foremost, you're not getting any hard plastic anywhere, so abrasion resistance is not going to be the best with this option. If you do go down, there is no rib protection, and the mesh fabric that they're using, it's good, but when you compare this to the Leatt 3DF that we're going to show you a little bit, it's not quite as comfortable as some of the other fabrics. But I'm not saying it's not comfortable. I just think there's some other fabrics that are a little bit better. The other little things that we noticed with this is that with the fit, really the only nitpick that we had is when Ty put this on, he's wearing a small medium, by the way. He noticed that it could be a little bit tighter up here around the neck. That's not such a big deal, but where he notices the most is the forearm. It fits everywhere else fine. He just says the forearms are really, really tight. But he doesn't want to go up to a large, extra large, because he felt that then this would be just a little bit too loose. But overall, for $110, chest, shoulder, elbow, back protection, all CE level 1, this thing's a great option. All right, jacket number 2. This is the Alpinestars Bionic Action V2. This is another very popular protection jacket. You're sub $200. You do go up from the XC1, but you're about $180 for this. But there's quite a few upgrades here in my opinion. So first and foremost, just overall protection and coverage, you get more of it with the V2. The chest armor is larger, shoulder, elbows, and the back protector. Also, now you have their cell technology. You have this hard plastic here. So you can see lots of cutouts, so it's gonna get a lot of airflow going through there. But this is gonna offer great impact and abrasion resistance. So it's gonna be more durable than the XC1 if you were to go down. Now, a couple things that Ty noticed putting this on. So he's wearing a size medium. Only thing he noticed about the fit that he didn't really like is he felt like the shoulder protectors at the top and the bottom were just kind of pinching a little bit when he was raising his arms up. But one aspect he does like about this, and we talked about the XC1 just a little bit, is the mesh fabric that they are using is more comfortable. It's just a more premium feeling mesh fabric that they're using with the Bionic Action V2. You do get a kidney belt that will come in with this one as well, and then you also do have forearm adjusters that you aren't gonna see on that XC1. Only thing that I noticed, Ty, turn and face the back for me. The back protector on this one is just a little bit narrow. When you compare this to some of the other options you're going to see, it's just not going to give you as much coverage for your back as some of the other options, so that it's just really the one thing that I would maybe consider when you are comparing some of these. You can face back the front, Ty. But overall, Bionic Action V2, sub $200, great coverage, great fitting. All right, jacket 3. This is the Fox Titan Pro Sport. Comes in at the same price point as that Bionic Action V2, so there's gonna be a lot of people comparing these two options, and I'm gonna point out the major differences. So with this, again, Ty, same size here, is wearing a size medium. The main difference that we've noticed between these two is that with the Fox, you are getting more coverage. The chest protector is larger. The shoulder armor is larger. You can see you've got this piece here that comes all the way almost down to his elbow, and then the back protector is noticeably larger and more coverage than the Bionic Action V2. So you get more protection. However, when Ty put this one on, he doesn't think it's as comfortable. And I would agree with that because Just felt like this one's a little bit more rigid. He can't move as freely as he could with the Bionic Action V2. And you notice too with the chest plate, this thing's pretty large. This thing is not nearly as low profile as that previous option. So you're probably gonna want to maybe go up a jersey size if you are buying the Titan Pro Sport. But again, overall, if you compare it to that Alpinestars, the Bionic Action V2, more coverage. Another unique feature about this one is that the back protector, if you did want to, is completely removable. So if you want to take that off and wear a hydration pack or a backpack, they just give you a little bit of modularity that you don't get with the Bionic Action V2. But if you're comparing those two, those are the major differences. Again, you're still sub $200. CE level 1, that's the Fox Titan Pro Sport. All right, fourth jacket we have is the Alpinestars Bionic Pro V3 Plasma. Now, when Ty put this one on, size medium, he felt like this gave a really good blend of having good coverage, feeling very protected, but also plenty of mobility, and this one is nice and low profile. And here, with the Bionic Pro V3 Plasma, here's what you're getting. In the shoulders and the elbows, they are using their plasma armor, which is similar to, say, a D3O, where it's soft and flexible when it's warm, but offers great impact protection because it is CE level 2 in the shoulders and the elbows. When you look at the back protector, that is also CE level 2, so you're getting more impact protection in those areas than what we've shown you already. But with the back protector, it's gonna offer more protection and coverage than that Bionic V2 that we had shown you earlier. Now, the chest protector is a little bit different. What's unique about this is that it's actually floating. So if Ty wanted to, he could actually completely remove this chest protector. Now, the chest protector is just CE level 1, but what's nice about this setup is that it allows Ty, remember how I said he can move freely? Well, because this chest protector is floating on top, it allows him to move, that chest protector stays in place, and it just gives a really good feel when you have this on. So the base fabric, he also said, is very comfortable. You've got a lot of additional foam in other areas that you don't have hard protection. Only thing about this one that I would bring up is that in the shoulders and elbows, you are losing that hard plastic over top, so you're not gonna have as much abrasion resistance. But again, Bionic Pro V3 Plasma, low profile, great coverage, and your CE level 2 now in the shoulders, elbows, and the back protector. All right, the fifth option we have for you is the Leatt 3DF AirFit Evo. This is similar to that XC1 from Moose that we showed you earlier, where you're gonna have this base fabric and then all soft armor, no hard plastic anywhere. But you do go up quite a bit in price if you're comparing those two. You're right about $300 for this, but in my opinion, it's better in every sense. So firstly is just the protection. You are CE level 2 in the chest and the back, and these protectors are going to be larger than with the XC1. You're level 1 with the shoulders and the elbows, but it's Leatt's 3DF armor, which is like that plasma armor that I just talked about from Alpinestars. So it's just more comfortable than what you saw with that XC1. And also, when you're comparing this fabric that Leatt likes to use on their protection jackets to anything else, we feel like this is the most comfortable fabric that you're gonna see today. We also feel like it's gonna be the most breathable, so something to consider. Another great option about the AirFit Evo is how low profile this is. This is gonna be probably the most low profile option, like the XC1, that you're gonna see up here in this guide today. So if that's important to you, if you want something very low profile, minimalistic, but still getting great protection front, back, shoulders, elbows, AirFit Evo is gonna be great. Now, the only thing that I wish could be maybe a little bit better is with the chest armor. It just feels like it sits a little bit low, so this entire upper portion of Ty's chest is exposed. So that is one thing to factor in. As far as the sizing goes, Ty's kind of right between sizes with this. He's actually wearing a large, extra large. He could wear a small, medium. That one's just a little bit tight. You can see the large, extra large still fits him well. And another little notable fact is that there is some armor that you actually use as hip armor when you have this tucked in. So again, very low profile, CE level 2 front and back. That's the Leatt 3DF AirFit Evo. All right, next is the Alpinestars Bionic XTR Plasma. This one, about $320. But I'm gonna tell you now, of all the ones that we're gonna show you today, this one's gonna be one of my top choices, and here's why. What makes the XTR Plasma unique, and Ty is wearing a size medium, is that it's two separate pieces. The chest protector is going to be the exact same chest protector as the Alpinestars A5 Plasma, which you've seen Chase Sexton and some other top riders wearing. And then underneath that, you have the base layer and you have your shoulder and elbow armor. But now, if you compare this to that Bionic Pro V3 plasma, you're getting hard plastic back at the shoulders and the elbows. What's nice about this though is that you are CE level 2 in the chest and the back, and then you're just CE level 1 in the shoulders and the elbows. What's nice about this having a two-piece setup is the options that you get to wear it. You could wear just the base piece under the jersey with this over the top, but maybe there's a day where you don't want or need the shoulder elbow armor. You don't have to take that. You can just take the chest and back protector and wear that by itself. So you get a lot of different options of how you want to wear this. And again, even with the amount of coverage, it's pretty dang low profile. So if you ask me what's one of my personal favorites, it's the Bionic XTR Plasma. All right, next up, Leatt 5.5 Evo. Now that Bionic XTR that I just showed you, you're about 320. For this, you're gonna go up to about 350. But the reason that I have this one in here next is because it is similar to that Alpinestars Bionic XTR that I just showed you, in that this is also a two-piece system. You've got the 5.5 Evo Pro chest protector, and then that is separate from the base that has the shoulder and the elbow protection. So you're getting the same benefits of the Bionic XTR that I just showed you as far as how you can wear that. I do want to highlight this, however, because I didn't mention this before, that when you buy this and you look at that Bionic XTR, you cannot buy the 5.5 Evo Pro chest protector or that A5 Plasma and then buy the base piece later. You have to buy them together. Just keep that in mind. Like the Bionic XTR, the chest and the back, or excuse me, the 5.5, the chest is also CE level 2. Your CE level 2 in the back, shoulders and elbows, you're going to be CE level 1. One of the major differences, however, between these two is tie, quarter turn, lift up the arm. The 5.5 does have hard flank protection. You do not see that with that Bionic XTR. Now, I do want to highlight, however, that Alpinestars does have their Bionic Tech V3 that does have hard plastic around the ribs, but it's not a two-piece system like this or the XTR, but they do have an option for you. Two other things I do want to point out is that with the 5.5, we notice that the chest protection is just a little bit larger than with that Bionic XTR. And from here, Leatt does have their 6.5 body protector, which has been around for a while, very popular. Same setup where you have the chest protector is separate from the base. That one is heavier than the 5.5, but it offers even more coverage than what you're seeing here. So if you want the most protection in a jacket that Leatt has to offer, you want to check out the 6.5. But aside from that, the Leatt 5.5 Evo, hard plastic around the ribs, but either way, both are great options. All right, folks, last but not least, we have saved the best for last. This is the Alpinestars Tech Air Off-Road. Without a doubt, if you are looking for the most upper body protection humanly possible riding a motorcycle, this is what you're gonna need. You're gonna pay for it. You're about $1,000 for this setup, but I'm not gonna get too into detail because I've already done about a 20-minute video where I go over everything that you need to know about this Tech Air off-road system, but here are the main bullet points. Even without the airbag system deploying, you still get great coverage. CE level 1 in the chest, the shoulders, elbows, and the back, but here's what's unique about this. There's an airbag system built in here, and there's 6 different sensors. And Alpinestars has done years and years of research, both on the MotoGP, the street side of things, as well as the off-road. They're Dakar athletes, and they have built algorithms for different riding disciplines. On here, you have rally, enduro, and street. And believe it or not, this jacket with those sensors and those algorithms can detect that you're about to have a crash. So it will sense you're about to crash, and in less than the blink of an eye, this thing will deploy its airbags, and you have airbags that go from about halfway up the bicep all the way up to the top, the chest, and the back. That will deploy, and the amazing stat that they gave me is that when this thing is fully deployed, it will absorb up to about 95% of the impact transferred to the rider's body. So you're getting the best protection possible when it comes to impacts with this Tech Air off-road system. There's 2 canisters that will come in here, so you get 2 deployments. So if you're out riding and you do crash and it deploys, you let it deflate and then you rearm it, you can continue riding. What's nice though is that you can replace those canisters right from your own home. We have those available on our website. But as I mentioned, with the Tech Air off-road, you need to go watch the spotlight video that I've done. But when it comes to the ultimate upper body protection, You're not gonna beat this. And that does it for our Protection Jacket Buyer's Guide. If you have any questions or comments about any of the ones that we've talked about today, please leave those down below. We will try to get your questions answered. Go read writer reviews. You can ask questions on the product pages and get answers from customers who have bought and are using these systems. We ship for free over $75. If you want to stay up to date on guides like this, get subscribed to the Rocky Mountain YouTube channel. I'm Chase, and we'll see you on the trails.